So basically here, this is what my setup right now. I just got this tonneau cover, lays flat, open it up, good to go. Well, what I want to do is I got some steel. I want to build this up till about half a foot over top of here. And then what I want to do is make it so that this tonneau cover can sit on top of this. And then what I'm going to do is put plywood sides on it so it can fold up and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to do. But yeah. Okay, so right now this is what I got. I got 1/8 inch thick, 1 inch square tubing, and I got 10 footers, and then I got 6 footers, and then I got some 1/2 inch angle iron along with some shorter 1 inch angle iron. And my plan is that what I'm going to do is basically the 1 inch angle iron is going across here. The 10 footers are so that I can have a 6 foot bed, but then what I can do is I can take the 4 foot cutoff and use that from the bed to here. So that's what I'm going to do, and it's going to be square. It's not going to be like the cab is tucked in or anything like that. It's going to be square up here, which I'm fine with. I think that'll actually look kind of cool. And then it's going to go up to about here and then dip down. I'm going to put like a steel plate, and then maybe if I get fancy, put some lights on it or whatever. But basically I just want to have an enclosed space in here where I can keep bigger stuff excuse me, but also so that I can get into it from the side and from the back. And if I want to take the tonneau cover, flip it up, and have big stuff in here, it's something that I've been wanting to do. So yeah. All right, so right now I'm getting started on it. I measured out the dimensions of the bottom. What's weird is that, so up here, oh no, never mind, maybe, well, yeah. Anyways, what I'm saying is it's 74.5, and you can see the marks from my tonneau cover, and I'm going to build this to the dimensions of the tonneau cover. One, because I want to put the tonneau cover on top, but two, because underneath it, it seems like right at the edge of this line is where the bed ends, and then it's a little bit level over here, but this is where the little pocket underneath it I'm going to put the bolts in ends. So I'm just going to go to these same dimensions. But the only thing is that up here, so the 74.5 is the correct dimension, but here, if I go to the edge of the tonneau cover mark, and then the edge of the tonneau cover mark over here, it's 60. But then if I do the same deal up here, go to the edge of the mark, it's like 58. So I don't know what exactly happens. I don't know if it shrinks or what the deal is, because I don't know, because 60 right now is on the edge of the bed over there, and then it's just on the edge of the bed over here, and then right here 60 is freaking back here. So I think it's wider. So that's just the only like red flag that I saw. So what I'm going to do is I measured 58 or it's actually 60, but I took off 2 inches because I'm going to have the tubing along the sides run all the way up and then button these in the front, or inside of them. But then on the front, what I'm going to do is there's not going to be a metal bar right here, but there is going to be one up top. So what I'm going to do for that is just make it like whatever the dimensions are, like 2 inches shorter or whatever, and make it squeeze in, just because that is what it is. But yeah, so I'm going to start cutting everything and welding it up. This is, oh my, I got 4 10-foot, so that's a 10-foot for left to right, bottom, left, right, top. And then it's only 74 inches, which is just a hair over 6 feet. Or maybe it is 6 feet, I don't really know. I'm not good at math. But then I'm gonna have 4 feet-ish left over, and I'm gonna use that for the risers. And then I got 3 6-foot things over here, and those are gonna be my in-between. And then the angle iron is for the headache rack and different stuff like that. But it shouldn't take that long. I just got to cut these all to the dimensions, weld up the bottom first, and then make a duplicate at the top and tack it in and then paint it and the whole deal. Alright, so at this stage, I got the roof rack parts cut and welded up, both of them. All I need to cut now is the front end of the bed towards the cab, the piece in the middle, and then the piece in the back. I think that they're two different sizes, so I went and I measured. It's like snowing or something. But yeah, so in the back here, I'm gonna do this as the same. I'm gonna do the exact duplicate of this up top, and I'm gonna weld that on right now to those two. That way it's easier when I bring this in to weld the bottoms onto here, and I'm not standing it up and having to go this way. It'll be connected. And then I just got to figure out what the length of this is in between. But I think what I might do is just measure the actual tonneau cover length and see how that compares. But something like that. But yeah, then once that's welded up, then the whole thing is pretty much good to go, and I just got to paint it. I got to paint it, and then I got to get plywood for the sides, and then I got to build the headache rack. I got to cut some angle iron to go like this, but then that's pretty much it. And then get some plywood and put the angle iron on. But yeah, getting pretty close. All right, so I just got finished welding it, the whole deal. I think that's all I got to weld basically, but all these are on. All these brackets to keep the plywood up against are on. One's up front. So now it's just time to spray paint some primer on there. The whole thing is painted. There's just a few spots that need the final coat yet, but I'm waiting to get the headache rack on to do that. And then once the headache's rack on, done with welding, I kind of want to put braces like this, but I don't really know if I'll need it per se. I mean, it can always be done after the fact. I guess if I'm going to do it now, I should probably do it. I'll probably end up doing it because then it's a good place to hook stuff and whatnot, and I'll do that up front and back here. But yeah, so that's about it, and I just got to finish up this welding and then paint it, and then I can throw it on the truck, because once it's done painted, I just got to work on the wood. So yeah. All right, so I got the back rack on, the headache rack. I put the braces on, and right now I'm welding these hinges crudely, but I don't really care. Here, and then plywood's going here, and I should have enough plywood. I don't exactly know, because this was 2 3/4 feet, so I'm gonna be like short on that side. I got 2 things of plywood, but for that back one, it'd really suck if I had to get another sheet. So I'm gonna see if I can make it work somehow, but this fits perfect, good enough. Yeah, maybe for the back I'll make it shorter. I'll use the short piece for the back, and then what I'll do is I'll put like a little lip or like a threshold that comes off of it, because it's gonna have to do that to go over the tailgate anyway. But yeah, anyways, just putting these hinges on. Good deal. Alright, so quick update. Well, like, first things first, hit a deer. The only damage is the windshield. It was running like right here, jumped up, hit this, and then I don't know where it went, but I was very lucky that it didn't dent the cab, didn't dent any of this. It only dented this little thing right here, but I don't even care about that. But yeah, so I got to get that fixed, but no big deal. Anyways, I got it all bolted on, got the plywood on. This right here is how I'm gonna lock it. And you might think, oh, well, you can just undo that. Well, no, because it's welded. That was just to give me some extra length. And then I know that, yes, this can go out a little bit. But what I'm doing is this guy right here is gonna go like this and stick out, I don't know, maybe that much. So that way, even when this is fully out, you can't really see it. Plus, it kind of hides this and water can't get into it. So I'm doing one of these on each side and then one across the top, and should be good to go. All right, so I never really gave a video of the finished deal. This isn't the greatest light, but it is what it is. So this is what she looks like. Got the tonneau cover on top. It's all strapped in, good to go. Then I got locks here, and then this I welded it so that you can't loosen this, and then that way it just gives me extra reach with the lock. I got this metal flashing on here, and this on the inside I'm gonna put something, or maybe a tarp or something, but I don't really care. But it keeps people from being able to look in it, even from the side and from this angle here. When this is locked, you can't look in between it. But then I just got the plywood, and nothing special there. I got to do like a good paint job, but yeah, this is what she looks like on the inside. So you can still see through it from the cab. I got angled brackets here. I got my hose clamps holding that on, everything on with the hose clamps, angled bracket, and then yeah, it is what it is. But she's not bad. And then it's just welded in. And then I got these little brackets here that hold the plywood back. And then it's just bolted in like so. And yeah, pretty much it, but it looks good. I like it. And you can get to it from either side. I'm gonna end up putting pistons in on here, and then get to it from the back too. And then this can fold up and you're back in business. So yeah, there she is. All right, guys, so we're done with the roof rack. It's been about a week now since I did it. I wanted to wait until I got the logo up on there, the phone number and the benchmark. Here, I might still put like handyman, construction, whatever, but I think it's fine how it is. If I would have done it different, benchmark would have been up here, logo would have been over the benchmark. But it is what it is, because on the other side, this is kind of how I wanted it, where it's left to right, benchmark, logo, then the phone number. But here, left to right is phone number, benchmark, logo. But I was just kind of copying the other side, and it doesn't matter. And then up here, it's the same deal. Benchmark up top, logo, phone number at the bottom. And roof rack's all good, got locks on everything. And right now I like it because I got all my crap in here. And it's closed. I did, oh, I didn't show you. From another job I had like some, it's not plexiglass, but it's like thick plastic. I don't even know what it's called. But I just threw that in here behind the flashing so that water runs down, doesn't get inside of it, but yet still lets light in, but you can't see in it, and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's about it. But I really like it so far. I'm gonna add some 2x4 supports on the inside of the plywood, because you can see it's kind of bowed out there. But that's not major, and it does what I need it to. And I'm gonna get pistons for here, but I also might make some way that I can open it up and then like a stick comes out or something, because the pistons are like 15 bucks and I just don't feel like spending that. But yeah, it's the only thing, but it's all good to go. Right now I'm working out of my little shop here. I'm making some cutting boards for Christmas, so I'm gonna put a piece of brass right here and then all that good stuff, and just make a simple one. And got a bunch of this, that's walnut, I don't know, that looks like some sort of oak. That's looks like, I don't know, maple back there. And then I got a thing of pine, and then just some more little stuff. But yeah, gonna make some cutting boards, and you know, anyway, so for this video's purpose, it's all done, it's all good to go, and no complaints.